Hey, what's up, fam? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm coming to you live on the evening. It doesn't happen very often, but man, I've been meaning to get on and motivate you guys wherever you're at. So if you're joining me tonight, appreciate you. Hey, listen, I want to talk about really quickly the real reason you're not seeing results when it comes to your fitness program. Most of you out there are familiar with what I preach all the time. Overexercising isn't the reason, or overexercising is part of the reason why you're not seeing results. Crash dieting is part of the reason why you aren't seeing results. A big part that most people never factor in to why they're not seeing results. They never actually look at the rhythms of their lifestyle. Think of it this way. Imagine if you had like a number, like let's just say it's it was 100, right? And that basically qualified how much energy you could put towards something on a weekly basis, okay? Or a daily basis. Now imagine your lifestyle, most of you, if you're like me, you got kids, you're working, all that stuff, and you're already 100% maxed out, okay? Your lifestyle is already maxed out all of your energy. Now, imagine you throw in this altered lifestyle, meaning that you take fitness, nutrition, meal prep, all this stuff, and you throw it into your lifestyle. Well, what's going to happen? All that energy that you are putting towards your life, like on an ongoing basis, right? All of a sudden is now challenged. So let's just say you start working out 2 hours a day, you're meal prepping, all this stuff. You're putting 3 hours a day towards getting healthier. Now, just think about this for a second. Some of you are up 12 hours a day. Some of you are up more. What is that, like 20%, 25%? I'm not good at math, but now imagine that, going back to that number 100, imagine if you only had 100 units of energy and 25 of those units of energy are now going towards the fitness and the nutrition. Think about this, just from a psychological standpoint. The one thing that doesn't shift and change when you start to address your health is your lifestyle. The kids don't go away. The job doesn't change. Your spouse doesn't change. The bills don't go away. None of that goes away. But yet, all of a sudden, you throw in this crazy new routine, but you've never factored the amount of energy that's actually going into you being able to sustain it. So one of the real reasons why most people never see results, they're never able to sustain it long enough or be consistent long enough in the actions to actually see the result. And part of that comes down to you're not factoring in your rhythm of life is demanding all of your energy, and now you're throwing in new habits and behaviors that are demanding more energy. It doesn't compute. It can't work out. You won't be able to sustain it. Hence, one of the reasons why I always talk about crash dieting and over-exercising doesn't work. You're spending so much energy into things that aren't sustainable long-term. That's unless, of course, you're going to be an athlete, a bodybuilder, or you have some type of goal where you're using your body to get to the next level. 80% of the people I work with, 90% of the people I work with don't have that goal to be on stage, be walking around in a bikini or go performing at some athletic. Most of what they're saying is, hey, I just want to be fit for life, Luke. I just want to be fit for life. And if I could be fit for life, then man, maybe what I'll start to do is I'll start to see some changes in my health. Well, so do I need to go exercise? Well, do you want to exercise? Well, I've been exercising 2 hours a day. Well, that's cool. How long does it take you to drive to and from to the gym? Well, it takes you about 30 minutes, so it's 2.5 hours a day. Well, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, and then you got to get home, and then you got to shower, and then wrap all this up. So was it 3 hours? 3 hours a day if you're doing a 2-hour workout, right? You start factoring that in. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, why aren't you seeing results now? Well, I don't have time. Wait, hold on. So you don't have to address your health yet, or most people when I say, why aren't you, are you addressing your nutrition? I don't have time to address my nutrition. I don't have time to address the nutrition, but yet I'm spending 3 hours exercising. right? You start to factor in this. The cost of you getting healthy, something has to go. And here's what happens when most people get into the process of change. They never factor in the cost. They never factor in the cost of what it's actually going to take for you to get to the next level in seeing your health. And they just factor in, you know what? Hey, listen, in the past, I just randomly would just throw stuff in my schedule and it worked out. When I was in high school, when I was in college, I would just, go work out. Yes, when you didn't have responsibilities. You didn't have kids, you weren't married, you didn't have a spouse, you didn't have a full-time job. You weren't responsible for bills, you didn't have a mortgage. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Most people never factor that in. And here's what most of the fitness industry and all the professionals scream. If you only had more willpower, friend, if you had more willpower, maybe you would start to see results. Willpower has nothing to do with you just looking at the basic thing, like, you know what? If I only got 12 hours a day, well, it would make sense why if I'm spending 2 hours a day trying to get healthy and I'm trying to sustain this long term, but my demands of life aren't changing, then more than likely I'm probably never going to get to the point where I can sustain this, which is going to sabotage your results. If you're in something that you can't sustain, you will not see results. And if you do see results, they'll be short-lived, which then you're on the rat race over and over and over again. So, friend, here's my advice to you. Count the cost of what you're doing. Start to look at your calendar, look at your schedule, and start to figure out the rhythms of your life. And try to insert things that don't disrupt the rhythm of life or don't take extra time. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. Learn how to swap out the toothpaste. Don't try to go into a whole new ritual where you got this new crazy toothbrush and you're doing this flossing and then then you're doing the whitening and then you got the tray. You get what I'm saying? Like that was just an example of what like what we do with health. Of like you're doing all these extra steps and then your body goes, I'm really stressed out. Well, you added that new thing last week. Stop doing the new thing. And then what do? You quit the new thing, and the new thing is you haven't done it long enough to see the results. You starting to get my drift? All right, anyways, I got to go to my meeting. If this was great, if this was helpful, would you drop me a comment, drop me a like? I always want to know that I'm giving you good content so that I can keep giving you the stuff that you want. So do me a favor, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know this stuff is hitting home because I want to keep bringing you the good stuff. I got to go. One love. Peace.